welcome to another Halloween edition of the Ginge and Pedro Show. I'm, of course, your host. It's Brittany, bitch. Alongside me, Mr. Pedro.
Yeah, it's Halloween and we are not in costumes. No, I feel left out.
No, you know what?
Wow.
Here's a little side note, and you can call me a coward because that's what it is, but for the last 2 years, I've wanted just to mess with you.
Yeah.
And for a laugh, but this is maybe going to make me sound insane, but it's Halloween. But for the last 2 years, I thought it would be hilarious if I did a Buffalo Bill costume, so I could just say, "Would you fuck me?" I'd fuck me.
Well, okay. Next year, if you do Buffalo Bill, I'll do Jody Foster. How about that?
All right, I guess.
Yeah.
Do I have to tuck? I mean, I was gonna tuck, but if we're not, I mean, we might get struck.
Yeah. No, I don't think we would. If we reenact, I don't think we're gonna get struck. If we use footage, maybe, but yeah.
Well, at this point, I'm just a trans man, so we can call that what it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, we can just strike me down, and I will return more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, buddy. I've had a little something.
You had your fun. Yeah.
I did.
I can see.
All right, let's kick this biatch off, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Before we start with our wonderful guest, real quick, I promised Pops we would pimp the Roku Madness Network. So this is the last day for the Roku, taking the madness and the mania over to the Roku network. So speaking of being free of being struck with, YouTube's guidelines and so on, that's what the whole idea behind the Roku is being able to create and speak how we want. And also Pops has got all kinds of tiers available on there. And I've had one sold already,
cool.
Script commission. Yep. And so we added another one on there. And so that's out there available. Today's the last day, and we are a little bit behind schedule, sadly, but Pops is out there right now over on John's Long Box. Right. But that guy's like sort of collecting them all. I don't know if you've been catching his interviews. He's been getting some big guys. But so Pops is away for this episode, but without further ado, I will kick the Roku ad just real quick.
Oh man, I wish I could find a way to better advertise Apothic Press.
Just back it already.
Whoa, Crom, what are you doing here? What's this? The Madness Roku Network. Sponsorship. 1 month of playing your 30-second ad on the network 3 times a day? Oh my gosh, for $20? And you can't beat that.
Just back it already.
All right, Crom, I'm doing it. Awesome. Hi, I'm Tanner Hurley, founder of Apothic Press. I back the Madness Roku Network, and so should you.
That was a groovy little tune, man. I gotta say, that was way, that just got a hold of me. The beat. Anyways, well, there you go, gang. So please consider finding a tier on there. And okay. So real quick, Pedro, you and I, we've got a little something.
Oh, yes, we do.
Going on. At the end of this episode, I'll share some. I've been commissioning some art, fan art, if you will, promo art.
Yeah,
getting that in and colored. Excuse me. So, first, let me share this.
Yeah, let's call it promo art. I don't think we deserve fans yet. No, it's promo art.
Fair enough. Because you don't really pay for fan art, anyways.
Yeah.
I think. But that's all good because I've commissioned some really great artists, and I'm excited to show that off. Here's the MailChimp for all those out there.
Oh yeah, sign up, guys.
Okay.
Spread the word.
Yep, absolutely. All right.
Awesome.
Okay, so we'll pimp more of that at the end of. Yeah, we'll pimp it more at the end of the show. I don't want to. I don't want to keep our guests waiting too long. This is another. This is our second Dutchman of the month, my friend.
Yeah.
I told you we had 2 of them lined up. This
and the
October.
last Dutchman of the month because it's the end of the month. So
absolutely, we started with one and now we'll end with one. And
exactly.
I figured I've got one question for you, buddy.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's among them to decide who is the better Dutchman.
Absolutely. Well, there's no need for that now. Come on.
My question is, I just love pistols, man. Like a duel with pistols. Like, I'm a better Dutchman than you are, so. How are you a better ball? Yeah.
Fire.
Oh, how about a better ball and duel? That would be awesome.
Well, perhaps we'll twirl our mustaches and discuss. But my question is, buddy, why is the rum always gone?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Captain Jack.
We've got. I know we've got a. I had a better segue in my head. I was trying to do something. This week we've got somebody flying in, the Flying Dutchman himself, Dave Brink.
Okay.
The Halloween special.
All right.
Thank you for bearing through that.
Dude, it was so easy. Just like, do you fear death? Should have done that. Yeah.
I should have rewatched. It's been so long since I've watched that movie.
Yeah.
I should have pulled some quotes.
Oh,
damn.
Hi guys.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
So who was the first Dutchman that you had?
See what I mean? We're creating
Bonzart.
Yeah,
Bonzart Bokel.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe you can have like a bitter ball and Koepp to see who's the better Dutchman. Like, I don't know. I'm just or freaking Devill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Is there a traditional way Dutchmen settle things? Do you guys duel in the streets?
With bitterballen, yes.
With
We bake bitterballen and then we put it on the clogs and we shove tulips up our butts.
Nice.
And then we compare, right?
Yeah, exactly. Compare how many they fit. No, dude, but speaking of which, like I've had bitterballen in Frikandel, and it was a good time, man. It's good food. It's good eating.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What bitterball? I've not heard of it. I thought
it looks like a meatball, but you have to be careful because it's not a meatball. You bite into it, and it's full of a like gooey broth, and it's scalding hot, and it will burn your tongue if you're not careful.
Yeah, if you're not careful, you will taste it for days.
Yeah. It's freaking awesome.
I'll tell you what. Our version of it down south here, it looks a lot like a hush puppy.
Yeah.
Hush puppies.
Yeah.
Space. I don't. Sometimes they have different. It's like a different filling on the inside. Sometimes it's like stuffing for like Thanksgiving. It's kind of like a family get together thing. But yeah, it looks a lot like this. Everybody loves the name Hush Puppy.
Hush puppies. Yeah.
Hush puppy.
I've had hush puppies.
Well, there you go, gang. Pedro, what's your version of it? Now we're just sort of going around the world here.
Our version of it would be hunger, because I live in Latin America and we're all starving.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, maybe.
All right, you take what you can
raw
get.
flour direct from the bag would be like our version, and a fly in our eye.
Yes. All right, somebody sent some aid money.
That went dark. I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's real quick. I see a couple faces out there in the chat. I'll just say hello.
Yeah.
This is my first time seeing him, but as a big Power Rangers fan, I tip my hat to Green Ranger C. Wheeler. What's up, C. Wheeler? Thanks for coming by, buddy. I'm not sure which sketch he's referring to, but jolly good show. And okay, maybe it's this sketch. We've got Sketchy Guy in Nevada. Hey, buddy. He says he came in at the wrong time, probably during the dance portion of the show. That's fair. Okay, so Dave, buddy, how's it going, man? How's campaigning going? How's life treating you? How you doing, man? Let's kick this thing off.
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's pretty busy with my regular job. I have my regular thing also. I do comics at the side, right? And then and nowadays it's pretty crazy at work. So I try to make time to campaign, to go on streams and promote, do stuff. We're doing pretty good. We're on 3 platforms, like basically everywhere.
Absolutely.
And it's tough, but I think it's tough for everyone right now across the board. So it's challenging, right? Running campaigns nowadays,
doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But
you think it's just that time of the year? People get a little more fiscally tight around. I know there's Christmas coming up, but do people sort of? I hear it comes and goes. But what are your thoughts? Is it a seasonal thing or just maybe these times?
I kind of plan it so the campaign stops in November.
Yeah, my dad just came back from the protest. Like Panama's burning up. He's just back from there. So. ¿Cuánto tiempo
protest?
6 hours. It was 6 hours in the middle of a protest. Like we want to stop street mining in Panama, and it was his turn to go down. So yeah, we're fighting the good fight down here.
Fat cats.
Yeah. So, yeah, he came in to say hi, but yeah, I don't want to interrupt the flow, but yeah, he's tired. So sorry about that. Let's keep with the show.
No worries, man. This is your show, so yeah.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's just my country's going through like a lot right now, and
yeah.
It
seems like everything is crazy all around the globe, man.
Yeah. The thing is, like, we want to stop strip mining because we've been having this strip mine for over 20 years here, but it was illegal ever since its inception. There's like a lot of corruption, but now it's starting to affect the water supply, and even the canal has been affected by the activity. And basically, the people got fed up, and we've been 3 weeks with protests, and everything's paralyzed. But it's happy because we are all like having like this cathartic moment,
right?
And the government is actually scared, and the company's scared too.
Good. That's good.
It's really good. So
you need your government to be scared.
Yeah.
Of you instead of the other way around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anything crazy happening in your neck of the woods, Dave? You guys, the two of you that I've met have been very chill. So, I mean, is it nice there? I mean, we don't really hear anything too crazy.
No, it's pretty nice here. But I gotta say, a few years back, I decided to stop like consuming news because it got me depressed, right? And there's too much going on. I pick things up, not only locally but also worldwide, and it's just too much, man. I can't keep up. I can't process it. There's too much going on, and I'm happier when I'm just doing my thing here. I'm making my comic books. I'm basically cocooning in my own little world here, and I think that's the healthiest approach for me. So oftentimes people want to talk politics with me, and I know a little bit, but not enough to give like worthwhile feedback or something, because I just had to stop caring.
Yeah, I feel you there. I mean, it's a full-time job for a lot of people, and I see we got Greg in the chat here. I don't know that I can
Gregory.
say this on YouTube. Oh shit!
Hello, Greg.
No, you know the rest there.
Use rot your brains.
Good point here. Yeah, no, that's by design. I think. I mean, it's just there's it's all distraction. It's all.
Yeah, it's all.
But there is a bunch of horrible things going on.
And most of this shit you can't do anything about, right? It's out of your control. I see people going crazy about things that happen on the other side of the world. I'm like, is it really worth it? You have to try to keep sane and to make your own life worth it, and so.
Got to watch some Frasier sometime and just chill out.
Frasier's the new show good? New Frasier.
I don't know. I don't know. Didn't one of them not come back though? It wasn't like his brother.
Yeah, the
that
brother,
didn't
right?
come back or something. Oh, he's so good. How can you not come back?
I don't know, man. I don't remember Fraser that well. Was he?
Yeah. I forget the name of the movie, but he played the killer, and it's like this straight-laced, dude in a suit. But it was, it's very well done. Good movie. Good look it up. But anyways, so Greg here, real quick, he says it's important for people to know who the villains are. Outside of that, there's not much to do with local data.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Okay, so speaking of comic books and villains and the story of everything, let me go ahead and pull up. So we've got 2 campaigns running right now, Dave, right? We've got an IGG and a Fund My Comic.
Yeah, it's basically all one campaign, but I spread it out over 3 platforms, right? So it's on Kickstarter also.
Oh,
but
okay.
Because Fund My Comic, if possible, I would run a full campaign on Fund My Comic, but it has its limits right now. So what I did, I put a. So you have the large campaigns, or the large version is on Indiegogo and Kickstarter, so you can get the entire catalog, back catalog. You can get the new book with the 2 new covers, right? But on Fund My Comic, we put a 3rd cover, which is exclusively available here. It's drawn by Dan Dahl.
Okay.
And
awesome
it will be very rare, because I will just print the amount that are ordered plus something extra, and that's it.
Oh, cool.
So, and it costs
This
exactly
right
the
here,
same.
Right? Is this a cover?
That's the cover, yes.
Oh, dude,
look at that, man.
So dynamic.
Yeah, and that guy.
Yeah, dude. And you see like the dynamics on the fabric, just.
Yeah, that's good fabric, right?
Yeah, exactly. Very good quality.
Yes.
How it's holding on to dear life. Yeah.
So I basically knew that I wanted to ask Dan Dahl for this cover, because his style is very 90s. I gravitated towards the 90s vibe, aesthetic. I really like that, where things were just over the top, right? Very colorful, crazy, and these are the kind of comics that I like to buy. The kind of like modern comics are pretty boring. The corporate comics, they look pretty boring, sanitized. Like so.
Yeah.
And not only that, like I wouldn't like to see like I'm Not Starfire, that character, in this condition. For example. Right, you know what I mean?
No.
It's not a pretty sight. Like this is pretty. This is appealing. This is something I would like to buy. Oh, I want to make a parenthesis. My back is doing better, Greg. Thank you so much. It's been a gruesome 5 days. I think by day 7 I'm gonna be at 100%. But yeah, thank you for your concern, man. Sorry.
Back problems, man.
Yeah, dude. Like I was hitting the gym like I was 20 and I'm almost 50, and I paid for it. So yeah, threw my back like an idiot. And dude, I was like bedridden from Thursday all the way up to Sunday. Like I couldn't move at all. Like I don't know how I drove back. Yeah.
I know the problem, man. I know the problem. I have this bad back. Also, the first time I kind of caught it. My girlfriend laughed at me because she didn't get it, but I just couldn't move. I was on the floor, right, in this fetal position. I couldn't move, man. Really scary shit.
Yeah, dude, and that's the thing. And you make funny sounds.
Yes.
You're not really screaming. You're going like It's like, nah, dude.
Terrible.
This is not cool. Yeah.
Growing old sucks. Yeah.
No, not really. Like you have to know your limits. That's all. And that's the thing. Like I was feeling really good about myself, So I thought doing a 420 pound deadlift was a good idea.
That's
and
a big
wasn't.
lift.
Yeah, and it wasn't. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. When I first started working out in earnest was like 19, and so I'm at a gym, right, and I just see some dude, probably early 30s, just an in shape dude, and he grabs a I don't know what it's called, but it's like this. It's like this sort of thing you walk sideways into, and it rests at your thighs, and you just kind of do frontward crunches where you're hanging.
Yeah.
And so I saw this dude grab I don't know what it was, a 45 or a 25, but I saw him grab a weight and go over there and do that. And I was like, oh yeah, let me try that. And then I could go over there and grab a 25-pound weight, dude. And seriously, the first time, as soon as I come to like here, like just my lower back, it just like, I don't know, disc bulge, but yeah, I had like shooting, like almost a little bit of what like Dave described, like paralyzing pain for many, many years, where it's like if you twist the wrong way, it's like you can't breathe. You just have to breathe it out for a moment, right? You have to stop moving. It's very painful. Kind of scary.
Yeah, it's like lightning shooting up your spine. It's not cool.
Yeah, don't be stupid in the gym. Knowing your limits is really actually the key, for sure.
Well, it's really more surprising that the body most of the time just functions. That everything works. It's miraculous, really.
Greg here says, "I'm not aging gracefully. I'm a beat dog." Oh boy. Hey there, Greg. Get you some cream. That's how I fight back the aging. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
back to comics.
Beauty at hand here. No, we were talking about Starfire. What was it? I am Starfire.
Yeah, we're talking about this awesome cover.
Yeah. Talk about bad backs, right?
Yeah.
Right.
She must have some back problems.
Yeah. Poor thing.
You're gonna get a back problem trying to throw that hawk around. Like. All right, I'm just talking trash. Yeah, no, but this is really a great piece, obviously.
So this lady with an axe, that's a new character on the story?
Yeah. She appeared first in the previous issue, Perfect 3, and now she has this bigger role. I tried to give every villain their own little moment to shine. Some of them they get a little more story. So she's one of them. But yeah, I just love creating cool villains, man, and she's basically a character. She's very old. I created her when I was 16.
Oh, cool!
And this is the first time she basically appears in a comic, which is awesome. And she hasn't changed one bit. So the design is still as I had her when I was 16. And,
nice.
And I think you can tell, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know how old you are, and I don't want you to put yourself out there like that, but this does look like late 1990s, like early 2000s design with the skull.
Yeah. It's very 90s inspired. I just absorbed that era.
Yeah, like those World of Warcraft, like old armor that is just like bulky to the level of being impossible. It's really cool, man. Really cool design. I like it. The fishnets.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
Dave, we do have a question here for you, buddy.
All right.
I'm not sure. So Greg says, when are you going to stop neglecting Elysium? I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Xilium. Yeah.
Xilium.
Yeah. Greg loves that concept. It's a very cool concept. These are these characters here. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. No, I can't find it quickly. That sucks.
There you go. Well, as long as you find it, that's what they appreciate. There you go.
Here it is. So they appeared in this comic book, Power Trip. I am planning to give them a longer story, so their own title.
Oh, cool.
Basically, they also have this role in the Perfect 10 universe. And it's not really that I'm neglecting them. I really want to do something with them, but I just don't have the resources. That's the problem.
You know what I really appreciate, Dave? That even though if people even haven't read your books, they look fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's something that marketing wise, it's masterful because people need to know the book is fun, and the cover is conveying that, like from the design, the posing, the colors. It's really, really like, dude, really good job, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I want to make the books that I want to read, that I want to buy, and I just want to have pure entertainment, pure superhero action, colorful stuff, cool stories, because I'm asking people to spend money to buy these comics, so it has to be the best that I can make, and I just want to deliver pure escapism. So hot chicks, cool looking dudes, awesome powers, fantastic action, and cool stories.
I love the word dastardly villains. Like, I know I love the word dastardly. Dastardly villains.
Dastardly, yeah.
So
yeah, we have the villain in this book. By the way, the villain we worked towards this confrontation that happens in this issue with the main villain, and we will learn more about her like backstory and motivations. That's really awesome. So most villains are not just like we're the villain because we decide so. It's they have reasons, right? They have their own lives going on. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't go the Maleficent route, when it's just like, I'm really actually good. Like, no, dude. Like, I love my villains to be evil. Like, yeah, they need an origin story, just like the hero.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's just like, dude, like at the end of the road, I chose evil because I'm a bastard. You know what I mean? Like, I love that because I know, like, people make the world too nuanced. I live that for the real world, the nuance. Like, everybody has a reason, and nobody's like completely evil. But if I'm reading a story, I just need like the perfect complete evil that I can openly hate. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Or maybe I'm not. Yeah. I don't know.
Have you guys heard? There's like, I was just gonna say, there's like sayings. I think like colloquialisms, right? Just like phrases that people say, but they don't really even know if it's true or not. Like, there's one where it's like, the best villains are relatable. Like, that's one I hear my non-writer friends outside of comics. My best friend in the whole world, he's not a creative dude, but he likes to spit creative advice from time to time. It's like, that's one of his go-tos, where it's like, the best villains are non-relatable or are relatable. And I'm like, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I don't know that it's a hard, fast rule. But at the same time, it's like, we've got a lot of people wanting to make their villains sympathetic and where you can relate to them and understand. And I think that's just people wanting to be edgy too, you know?
Yeah, but not only that, but I think people are taking that idea out of context. Because what they mean by relatable is that we as complete humans, we do have base sentiments. You know what I mean? Like, we do think of evil shit, but we repress it because we want to live in society and we don't want to go to jail. But I don't want to say like I think evil thoughts daily, but at least like twice a week.
Sure.
Like something might happen to me and I will wish ill on somebody. You know what I mean? But I repress that. So the relatability will be more akin to that within our humanity, we have the propensity to be evil. And sometimes seeing a villain do something dastardly, okay, that word again, it's a bit cathartic. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, if I only let go, I would do that. But I won't, because I'm a good Christian and law-abiding citizen, you know?
Being good sometimes takes work. You know, you have to learn how to make the right decisions. You have to think about things. You have to have responsibility. So it's actually more difficult to be good than to do whatever you want, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And nowadays you have this push also towards making villains more relatable, but also turning like heroes into jerks, right? So these boundaries are becoming gray instead of black and white.
Because everybody's a victim, right?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
It's interesting when you try to think about it, because there's also like this other half of that concept of relating to villains. It's like I'm thinking like, okay, how does one really relate to the Joker unless you're an absolute homicidal maniac?
Yeah.
And it's like you've got that, people where they want to be the Harley Joker couple. You've got those people, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like, how are you really? Please tell me how you relate to Deathstroke. Are you a master martial artist assassin?
I don't know. Like, I've dated Harley Quinn several times throughout my life. I can safely say that.
You have a type, then, I see.
Yeah, I have several Harley Quinns. Not all of them, but some of them like match the profile, I guess. So.
There you go, buddy. Okay, I feel you. Yeah. No, so real quick, we've got Neo Star. We've got a couple comments.
Star.
The brilliant star that shines through the night, the jagged rock in the boot of crime, the miser man, the rest.
What's up, brother?
And Greg says, I'm a sucker for monsters villains.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dude. It's freaking awesome.
Sometimes a crook just needs to be a crook. You got it.
Yes.
Now,
well, I think the most important aspect of a good villain is that they need to be scary. They need to be a true threat, right? So, so threatening. That's so they can be relatable maybe in some sense, but still they have to be like dangerous.
Right. Yes. Now that's a good point too, and I don't mean to sort of be talking so much here. It's silly, but one thing for me, and it's Halloween, so I guess I'll ask you guys too. For me, the thing that scares me the most is some people say clowns. Pedro, I've heard you say clowns. For me, it's just people, right? Like I'm a big true crime guy, and generally speaking, people are just they can be the full spectrum, right? We know this. So all that to say, I actually agree with you, Dave. It's like the threatening part of it. That's what makes a person scary in real life, right? It's like somebody that's intimidating or threatening for one way or another. But what about you guys? What's your favorite horror thing? Is it people? Is it slashers? Is it werewolves? Clowns?
I have a very weird answer, but
I
don't know. Let's leave the guess for last. My biggest fear is homelessness, sir.
Sure. Right. There's a lot of horrible things that could happen.
Yeah, I have to say, no, but it has to do with how my life has traversed. Because if I have to duke it out with somebody like armed, like I'll do it. Like fuck it. Like I'll panic afterwards. Because that has happened. Like I get hit by adrenaline, like, and then like, what have I done? So but a moment in my life, I ended up being homeless for 2 days. And dude, like I felt horror because I've only done nothing but work my whole life, and being in that situation was horrible. It was horrible. And dude, that's something I don't want to go through again. So if there's something that will be something like, it's homelessness.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Dave, what's your biggest fear? Let's get personal here, buddy.
Well, I liked your answer, Mark, about people. I think my biggest fear is stupidity.
Yeah.
So
that's a good one.
Stupidity is the most destructive force there is, and there's a lot out there. It causes people to ruin their own lives, but also the lives of other people. It puts people in positions of power and that don't belong there. So I think eventually stupidity will kill us all. But I'm trying to not to be stupid in my own life. So one of my own fears is that I myself am stupid. I'm trying not to be, right? But it's sometimes difficult, man. It's sometimes difficult.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like being stupid sometimes is very comfortable.
Yes, it's very easy. Just don't think. Just
don't think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Believe whatever people tell you.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a great angle on it, Dave. I like that. Very nice. And we've got Neo Star here. He's chiming in, if you will. He says Captain Cold from the Flash comics is probably the best example of that. He's a career criminal who actively robs banks and steals. Sure, he has a code of honor and the capacity for good, but at the end of the day, he'd rather rob banks with his crew and fight the Flash. So yeah, he's just a bad guy.
Yeah,
you've got them out there. Yeah.
And Captain Cold, like even the name, there's not that much explanation. You need to know who he is and to openly hate him. You know what I mean? Captain Cold, he freezes stuff and he uses that power to rob banks. That's all you need. Okay, he needs to be stopped.
Right. Yeah. The robbing banks, like part that used to be a big thing for villains back in the day, but nowadays they can't do that much anymore.
Yeah, there's no money in banks anymore.
No. So they have to think of different criminal acts.
Well, okay. So Greg here. I hate Captain Cold. Awful character. This dude with the freeze gun is a lazy development. I like the character. I think his name could have used a little work, but hey.
Oh, dude, they needed something. With a name like Captain Cold, is dude, what are we doing today? Dude, a bank.
It's hard to beat Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Mr.
Yeah,
Freeze.
exactly. Yeah, Mr.
It's
Freeze.
just as silly, but it's so much more powerful for some
reason. Is it Mr. or Dr. Freeze? Because I know he's a doctor. I would be mad if they called me Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze, Dr. Freeze. Okay.
Well, once you turn evil, I'm pretty sure they take your PhD back from you.
Yeah, you're disbarred. You get disbarred.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Would he care?
So enough.
Yeah, from this era, Captain Cold was created in this era where you had the villain of the month, and had to think of something every month, and so these names were pretty generic. The powers were pretty basic, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's cool. That's literally cool.
He stuck around.
Yeah,
it makes sense somewhat as a Flash villain, a guy that.
For example, like the Spider-Man roster of villains. Also, there's some characters that shouldn't work. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the Vulture. It's cool now, but imagine if you're in a in a powwow room, doing hey, I have this character called the Vulture. Yeah, he's an old man, dressed like a buzzard.
Yeah, I personally liked that concept. The old man. With the
but the thing is, I love it too. I'm just thinking about if I had to pitch it and nobody knows, the character. That's a hard sell. Because the rhino, the rhino, it's a rhinoceros. You get the lizard, but the vulture was wait, why is he strong? He saps strength from? Oh, okay, well, I don't know. Maybe it's weird to me. Some people might love it from the get go, but yeah. Oh yeah, the reverse flash is horrible.
Reverse flash.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, anyways, well, let me grab the whole.
Yeah, it's also this trope, right, with superheroes, and have this contrasting villain, the villain with exactly the same power set.
Yeah,
every superhero has that, basically, almost.
Right.
But coming back to Perfect 10 though, your roster of villains is completely unique. Somehow I feel like you put more work on the villains than the...
Yeah, but villains are so much fun to create, man. You don't have any limits. You can give them like goofy powers or disgusting powers that don't work for heroes.
Yeah.
So you're much more limited when you design like heroes that need to look cool. They need to have cool powers. They need to be sexy. With villains, you could go nuts.
Yeah, I remember you invented this character that shoot like hot lard.
Yeah.
And that was gnarly. That they didn't give me nightmares, but I was thinking about that for a little while. Ooh.
Yeah, the funny thing is that I created that character in the 90s, and did nothing with her for since a few years back, and in the meantime, no one else came up with the same concept.
Yeah, it's very unique. It's very unique. Yes.
So I just got lucky.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, yeah, but you are kidding, bro. With this art, the whole art style is like
Look at that art,
90s, early 2000s. It's just, I mean, obviously that's
Pau's work is just stellar, man. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And he also brought on Daniel, and the colorist, and those two together, they produce art that is just phenomenal. It's phenomenal work.
Yeah, your whole team, including Dan Dahl, like in any other universe, right? On Earth 2, these guys would all be Marvel pros, right? Like, we got a lot of them in the indie community, but
they're not Inuits in wheelchairs or something to work at Marvel.
Right. I can be Professor X. I'll shave my head. Yeah. Have somebody wheel me around. Pedro, you can wheel me around. You'll be my Colossus.
That sounds... Yeah, you don't want to get canceled, man. You don't want like a black Latino manservant wheeling you around.
I know, especially me as a ginger.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you want me to wear a turban, sir? Well, I wheel you around.
Yeah. I mean,
just
we can arrange that. Okay, so
exactly.
Tell us about the series, though, Dave. I want to hit this trailer here, but should we do that first?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
All right.
Woo!
Dude, your art team is seriously out of control, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Very nice. So how'd you meet them? Where does one get a hold of these type of people? This is incredible. Where'd you meet
I reached out to Pau like 6 or 7 years back when he posted a something online that he did a commission. So he was doing commissions, and there were like 10 openings for commissions. So I jumped on that, and he did a promo pinup for one of my earlier series called Fling. That was the first time he ever drew something for me, and I was such a big fan. And I commissioned him like a few times after that also, and I told him, if possible, I would love to work with you sometime on this book, right? On actual book. And he was like, sure, let's hear it if you have something. So I dusted off this old concept that I had that turned into what's now Perfect 10, and I completely rewrote it. I showed him. I'm like, what do you think? I think this is something that we could do together, right? And he read it, and he was like, yeah, man, sounds awesome. Let's do it. And I basically couldn't believe it that he wanted to do this. And I saved up money because he isn't cheap. So we could do the first few pages, right? And then we could do the campaign and fund the book. So and the first book was people liked it, and I wrote the first issue so we could leave it there, so it could basically end if it wasn't a success, but also because I didn't know what Pau would do. Maybe Pau would just move on, right? But we talked afterwards, and he was like, "Yes, let's do the sequel." So it started there, right? So now we're at issue 4, and he told me he's doing this. He's doing this series as long as I want to continue.
Oh, very beautiful.
Yes.
Wow. Did he do anything beforehand, like sequential art, or? I mean,
he did. He did work for Marvel.
Okay.
He did Wolverine. He did the Justice League, and he recently did Star Wars. Something for Star Wars.
Wow.
So he came from the mainstream. Yeah.
Nice, bro. Yeah, well, that makes sense because you seriously really couldn't ask for anything better in terms of art off of this. So tell us about the characters, buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pedro.
Yeah. So the main.
I'm used to it.
The main character, she's called Ten. She's a synthoid. That's short for biosynthetic metahumanoid. She's created in this program called the Perfection Program, and she's created to basically be a assassin to kill superpowered criminals. So she wakes up in this universe, which is much like the Marvel universe, with all kinds of super beings, and there are too many superpowered criminals, so more criminals than there are heroes, and she is one of 10 synthoids created to tackle the problem. But these villains, they find out, they attack and destroy the entire program where she's from, and she's the last synthoid left, and that's where the first book starts. And now during the series, we learn more about the program that created her. Plus, we learn more about the villains. They have their own reasoning also. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So she basically wakes up in this war. There's this war between these two factions, and she is in between, and she has to find her own role in all of this while trying to stay alive. And we introduce new villains plus new heroes in every issue. So this issue we introduce Gorgeous and Grotesque. Those are these two in the black costume. As if you scroll down a little bit, you will see it.
Yes, sir. Right here.
Yes, those two.
Right here.
Yeah, you can see them better if you scroll down. And
okay.
So those. Yeah, so those were also created years back, and they appeared in this art book that we released. Also, they looked different because when they finally appeared in this comic, I wanted to do a redesign. I wanted because the original Grotesque, so the big dude, he was gray, and I thought it was a bit boring. I wanted to try something else, so we tried different colors, and then we landed on the yellow. So I redesigned the costumes also, so the costumes became blacks for the contrast with the yellow skin plus the white hair of the girl. And this is how these new characters develop, right? So, and they make sense in the story. So it's not like I'm just throwing characters in there to throw them in there to show them. No, they have to make sense to the story. I actually needed two heroes for this story, so it all worked out.
All right. Well, we've actually got a question that's sort of in that vein. Greg asks, do you have a rogues gallery planned out in advance, or do you create a new villain for each book as you go?
It's I have like a complete catalog of villains. So I just pick which one I want to use for the story. Plus, I create oftentimes a few new ones that I can use specifically for that story. So they have specific powers that I need, for instance. So that happens, but most are created beforehand. So this universe, I started creating characters when I was very young, right? So I built this catalog of like 200 characters right now. So I can just pick some and then dust them off, redesign them, change them up when necessary. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I got to say, I actually love that. As a kid, it wasn't with superheroes, but that was a thing me and some friends did. I tell the story on the show from time to time. But like one of the sort of earliest creative things I did was me and some friends in 6th grade. We took basically a bunch of paper, stapled it together, and made like magazines, and we just drew dragon designs inside of it, right? And just different dragons, just having fun. But,
good times, man.
Cool. So, absolutely. Real quick, we've got Ray. What's up, Ray? Ray Halo.
Ray.
What's up, Ray?
The web guy extraordinaire. Who's in the chat? We have one other thing. Greg says these characters look great. I dig the designs. Absolutely, dude.
Oh, thank you, Greg. Thank you so much.
Greg says, you've got your shit together, Dave. So I assumed you had a rogues gallery, but 200 characters, damn.
Yeah, well, I say that, but a lot of these characters are still in concept, right? So I have basic ideas for them, and I think 50%, 50% is like story ready, so I can just throw them in, and the rest still needs to be developed. So yeah, it takes time, some people want to have this massive superhero universe within like to have one book out, and it doesn't work like that. So this print, so the gorgeous and grotesque print is free with every so every backer gets this free print. They also get the print below that, which was a stretch goal that we unlocked, and we recently unlocked a set of trading cards also, so people will get that also. Nice. So this is another free print. The trading cards are not on here, but they're on the Indiegogo page. You can get your own commission if you want. For your personal commission, you can ask how to draw any character you want. It can be your own character, it can be a genuine first character, whatever you want, and you can use it for whatever you want. And this comes with all three variants of the comic book that I will sign for you also.
Wonderful. Real quick, so going to I don't know if they still do it now. It's been a couple years. I don't remember it even the last couple times I had went. But growing up in comic shops, this piece right here really reminds me a lot. They used to give out like to comic shops free marketing material. You get little mini prints or like little card size things of just whatever's exciting, right? On the back of the card, they'd have like a checklist of like reading order stuff.
Oh yeah.
And just looking at this image, bro, this right here really just took me back to the comic book shop. I was like, this is just so good. And this is a steal too. I mean, we'll take a look at all the prices and everything for the actual commission, but including the 3 books and the actual original art, and you can use it for whatever you want in terms of, if you wanted to do a promo piece. I mean, yeah, that's a
you basically get 2 shipments when you order the commission. You get the original art from Pau from Brazil, and you get the books, and the rest you get from me. So you get two packages.
So real quick, so Greg says, understandable, Dave. I have hundreds of characters, but the vast majority are fantasy. I find that superhero and supervillains are more difficult to create because they should be unique with a catchy name. Also,
our names that can cause problems. Yeah, finding good names.
Yeah,
unique looks. Yes. True. So many cool names are already used. So you have to find something else somehow, and then you think you found something, and you Google it, and it's already used. And it's sometimes it's terrible. The name for American Bliss, for instance, this character that took me 6 months to find American Bliss as a title.
Right on. Glad you made it through. That's sort of one of my. It's always like nerve-wracking when you get an idea that you like. But for me, and I know I do Google searches on names, but I sort of have a ritual that I like to do first before hitting Google. I've had like, I got as a birthday present or a Christmas present when I was like 15 or so, the Marvel and DC encyclopedias, like the character encyclopedias. Mm-hmm. So I still have them. I love them dearly.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, flipped through them a million times as a kid. So it's like, that's part of my ritual when I'm creating superhero characters. I will start there, and if I have an idea for a character, like a name, I'll be like, okay, let's see. Is there a power set that's similar? I just reference those encyclopedias for fun, mm-hmm. and then I go to Google too. But it's like something about flipping through the big books just gets you excited.
Yes. I have some of those also. Some of those old Marvel Universe mm-hmm. books, right?
Right.
That's fun to read.
Absolutely. So,
but sometimes these stupid characters, I'm like whoever thought of this, or they have like knockoff characters from their own characters, so they make this copy or the second version or the third version. I'm like, I don't really see the point.
Yeah, that's sort of one of the things. Comic books have been around, little superheroes have been around for 80 plus years at this point. And it is difficult to find. And there was like the standards quality. It's like you mentioned earlier with Captain Cold. It's like, we got to get this thing out. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So let's talk perks, buddy. Let's talk rewards.
Sure.
Let's talk. Yeah. So
well, we start with the digital. The digital. So people times are tough. But if you want to support independent creators, you want to support Perfect 10, you like the title, I can send you the digital book for just $8. As soon as the book is done, I will send it to your email. And then you can get the physical book for $14. Mm-hmm. So this is like 36 pages complete, right? And this comes with like right now we have 2 free prints that come with it. If you signed up, by the way, during the pre-launch stage, you get a 3rd print also.
Ooh, very nice. So that's for the Fund My Comic backers as well. The 3rd print.
Sorry.
The Fund My Comic backers as well get the 3rd.
Sure, yeah. Yes, okay. Everyone.
Cool. Yeah, and that's this beautiful Dan Dahl cover.
Dan Dahl,
I can't stop gushing over, dude.
Yeah, so you can only get this cover through Fund My Comic.
Very nice. Yeah, boy. Okay, so we got the $30 catch-up tier here.
Yeah, this is the digital catch-up tier. So 4 PDFs. You get 4 PDFs from me.
Yeah.
All right, very nice. And then
we
go. We've got a catch-up tier A.
Yeah, but the title doesn't. The title is wrong. I asked Luke Stone if he could change it. It's a catch-up tier cover C because this is the exclusive cover, right? So you get the entire series of Perfect 10 with cover C of issue 4 and cover. Issue 3. You will get a random cover. We have like 2 variants for cover for issue 3. So whatever is in stock, you will get.
Very nice. Do you have any one of the variants nearby? If not, it's completely fine.
Oh wait, yeah,
just out of curiosity.
This is issue 3, right? So issue 4 is not printed yet. This is issue 3. This is one of the variants, and this is variant A of issue 3.
Oh man.
Cover B. So you get
Nice,
one of
bro.
those you get a random one.
All right. And for $50, especially considering
dude, it's
indie pricing, yeah, this is a very handsome,
Yeah, and
offer,
shipping is about $14 because
Okay.
I need to ship from the Netherlands, right?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's $15 from overseas shipping. That's I've heard nightmare stories about the shipping. So yeah, what's your secret on the shipping there? Is it just the luck of the draw, or
No,
you
it's
going
critical
through
blast.
somebody, or okay,
Critical
yeah.
blast, sir. It's I
It's the-
ship like big boxes to critical blast, and they will distribute it through the United States, and Europe. I will do myself.
There you go. Do you get a lot of European customers?
Quite some, but most of my audience is the United States. 90% is United States.
Very nice.
Yes, these are
Yeah.
typical like American format comics, and I can really notice in my audience.
That's fair. Yeah, interesting.
When I go to conventions here in the Netherlands, it's pretty rare to. So what I'm selling here, it's pretty rare, right? They all sell these European format comics.
Mm-hmm.
So for $200, you get the original commission. You can commission your own character. And you get all 3 variants of issue 4 signed by me.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, that's a great deal. Absolutely. So basically, the commission's $150, and at that level of an artist, I'd say that's probably even cheaper than what you'd get outside of maybe this type of offer.
Yeah, exactly. This is a fantastic deal.
Very nice. Okay, so we've got the Dan. Oh shit! We get the original.
Ooh.
Original art. Yeah, Dan offered his original pencil work. So this is pencil work because the cover is later inked digitally.
Okay.
So you have the penciled original art you can get here.
Who did your inks?
Sorry?
Who did the inks on the cover?
Dan.
Dan? Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, so he did it himself.
Very nice. That is a beautiful piece, man. And Neostar says, I'll have to get the ketchup tier. I want the whole cake. He's talking about ass. When he says cake, he's definitely talking about ass.
Yeah. We know the lingo.
Can we blame him, though? I mean,
not really.
This is a.
We're all about cake.
Together, both here.
We're all about cake in the Ginge and Pedro show. So.
Oh, aren't we? I mean, I like to have my cake and eat it too.
There you go.
Okay. All righty. So we're at an hour, and we've covered.
Wow. That flew by.
We've covered the perk.
Yeah, we were having fun.
Had a great time with you, Dave.
Yeah. Really good conversation.
We're trying to get loose on this show. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
You know how weekly shows can be. You have one yourself, actually.
I have my weekly drink with Brink every Sunday. I interview other indie creators.
Mm-hmm.
I rather talk about other people than about myself, right? So this gives me this excuse to keep streaming and put the focus on other people. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it is interesting. I was actually thinking about that before the show. It's like the difference between running your own show and going on somebody else's show. Sometimes for me, it's sort of the opposite. Like hosting can be stressful, but going on maybe this just says a lot about me, but talking about myself is something I like to do. So it's like going on other musicians. So the pressure's kind of off me when somebody else is the host, right? It's like,
don't we know it, Ginge?
I know.
You love talking about yourself.
I try. But okay, so Dave, is there anything
you don't try. It comes easy. You don't try. It just comes easy. Just Ginge.
Natural.
Yeah.
It's all G up in this house, baby.
There you go.
No, but is there anything else, Dave, you'd like to share, buddy? I've just put the Indiegogo in the chat, and the comic should be pinned.
Yes, people can check the Indiegogo campaign. You can see the other two covers that you can get there. And we're also on Kickstarter. If you want to support me on Kickstarter, that's also possible. Just Google or type in Perfect 10 and you will find it. Because we're not shadow banned on Kickstarter, so that's awesome.
Yeah. No, we don't have a problem with Kickstarter here. I know it's taboo for some people, but we're going to Kickstarter. We've already been on it before. It's like, yeah, whatever works, and if it stops working, then move on. You got to what is this, Greg?
You need to do what you need to do, man. It's
Mark, we're trying to be looser. Also, Mark, tighten the sphincter.
Yeah, well, I mean, you loosen in some places, and others you just keep it tight. It's just.
I hear that.
It's a balance.
As you get older.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, especially as you get older and you're away from home, you want to have that tight sphincter. You don't want to let go of that.
You got to do your Kegels, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so. We've got all of, except for the Kickstarter. I didn't know about the Kickstarter though.
Yeah,
so no,
that's cool. People can find it if they want to.
Yeah,
but we do have the
link. Yeah.
Well, either way, if you want to drop it in the private chat, Dave, if it's not too much of a hassle for everybody.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, so guys, you can pick your poison. If you're a Kickstarter guy, go to Kickstarter. If you want to go Indiegogo. Go Indiegogo. If you want the Luke Stone's voice, go with FMC.
They all have their perks. I think it's definitely different audiences. They're just different platforms in general. But Fun My Comic obviously is close to the indie community scene.
This neck of the woods.
Well, the most difficult thing is to try to break out your circle. You have your audience, you have your network, but you have to try to go beyond that, right? And that's tough, man. So if you need to go to Kickstarter, there's a complete new audience there. There's a little bit of overlap between the audience that goes to Indiegogo and Kickstarter, but it's for the most part a completely new audience. So just try it, man.
Sort of interesting how in comic books audiences will separate themselves if given the chance between two entities, right? You've got Marvel, DC. Some people are like one fanboy of the other. When you've got Indiegogo, Kickstarter, it's like some people don't shop.
That really makes no sense to me. Like, let's pick one soulless corporation over the other. It's just like, I'd rather be friends with everybody, Yeah.
Well, there we go. And so. We'll go ahead and call it here for the day, boys. Well, Dave, I want to thank you again, man, for joining us.
Yeah, dude. Awesome show as always.
Hats off to you.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you so much for the invite, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, Dave, I'm going to bump you to the back real quick, my friend. And
okay,
you're free to chill. You're free to go. We got to do a little bit of. So we got to say our goodbyes here, but I will just be. There we go, Mr. Hank.
Yeah,
what a show, my friend.
That was awesome, dude.
Absolutely, and a lively chat. I appreciate that. I gotta say that's always fun too. And Greg will send us away with "That's okay. Keep anus tight." That's like you put that on your fridge.
We can actually go on that one. Keep your anus tight. Don't take any wooden coins and screen your hookers. I don't know. What would be a good
solid?
Oh, there's no sorry in this show, Ray. You get here when you get here. We love you.
Yeah, thank you, Ray. Thanks for coming by, buddy. Yeah. It isn't any better than Trash Book. I hate that CG uses Twatter as the main. Yeah, I mean, there's. It's social media is just an absolute. That's a whole other episode.
Mess. Social media is a
so real
mess.
Quick. Okay, Greg says keep that anus tight. It's solid advice for any situation. Generally speaking, that is true. All right, boys. So real quick, I want to show off just a little bit of this commission art I've been getting in.
Do it.
These are two pieces from Big Boy Robo and a manual He's that's Big Boy Robo's on that's his Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So this one he just sent yesterday. This one is fully colored. This one's done. The other one he's got to put a little bit of finishing touches on.
Ooh, I saw the pencils on
boy.
this one. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. We got Savi here with her magic Rama, our little Indian flavor. Not to get too spicy curry on you.
Oh, dude, I'm already calling it. I'm already calling this the Mecha Cultural Appropriation Central. Like, I don't care. Come at me.
I expect a little bit of that, to be honest.
Yeah,
we're so.
I don't care.
I mean, I don't care either, truthfully. And I almost kind of welcome it because it's like, all right, let's monetize a little bit of this shenanigans, right?
Exactly.
If people don't like that we're telling this story, that we're too. Well, I'm a white dude. You're brown, but you probably get more of a pass.
Yeah, dude.
Nah, I don't.
We're a Sunday.
Hey. Well, that can get sexual real quick. I don't want to be your little cherry on top, buddy. Oh, and I'm not going to be your banana split either. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, dude, no, don't do that.
Oh yeah, Sophia Ryan. So this one,
there you
just
go.
Needs to put, these are the flats, and he's going to be hitting me up with the finished piece. But yeah, man, we got waifus and kaijus rolling. I'm lettering. You're working on trailer in between being injured, and nobody's faulting you for that by any means. So God bless you, buddy. Hope you get well soon on that.
I'm on the mend. I'm gonna be ready by week's end. I reckon.
He's gonna be ready. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay.
I'm still working. I'm still working on the on the trailer. Like, actually, I finished it. Well, it's not finished, but I finished cleaning up. Asina showed you, so maybe we can share that today.
Yeah. So,
here it is.
Pull your dick out. Let's see it.
We just get it ready. And it's some Korean action. Yeah, boy.
Korean?
Some Korean action.
Dick?
Yeah.
You do? Oh. Nice, bro. Man.
Yeah, so principal animation is almost done here. The background is going to be done in particles, so I'm going to handle that in After Effects. And more than likely, I will make the missiles in After Effects too. So I'm not going to use this.
Yeah.
So this is just like a placeholder, so I can like know where the twirl of the robot goes. But,
right.
Yeah. So I get that.
No.
And
this
I'm going
trailer,
to start.
We're going pretty balls to the wall on this thing. This is going to be our version of an anime opening. Like, yeah. Very nice, bro. Just
I'm going all out.
Smashing together.
Yeah.
Now, Kith. Oh yeah, Dave had to head out. I forget that it's 2 a.m. over there.
Yeah. Whatever you need to do, buddy.
Ray says, "Oh wow." I have not seen this fully done up yet. I have not seen this version.
Yeah. Okay, you're not seeing it with the lighting effects. So this is with the lighting effects, but it will make it slower as it renders. But dude, and the thing is, like, I couldn't go to my brother's house to record the song because I blew my back. But that's also like as soon as like the country opens up, I'm going to my brother's house. So we can record the song. So yeah, dude, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, this thing's gonna knock some socks off, everybody. So I got the link in the chat here. Go ahead and sign up for some pre-launch. Pedro and I, we're gonna have to cook up some interesting ideas to get you guys excited. Like I said, I got promo art coming in. We got Vic King on a piece. I've seen the almost finished pencils. I believe he's going to be inking that.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, so everybody, that's the show this week. Who do we got next week? We got
happy Halloween, everybody.
Oh, that's right. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Go get some candy and keep your anuses tight.
Keep your anuses tight. Keep your anus tight and your I don't know. Your mouth tighter, I guess. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Yeah.